What's going on out there, good people? Cast Their Crowns Inc., another one. Um, Family advocacy. That's really what we're pushing at the moment because, like we've said before, we've noticed that the family is under vicious attack, vicious, venomous attack. And it's not outside sources, okay? It's from within. It's an insurrection. It's an insurrection because somebody within this family structure, somebody within this family unit feels they're more important than the family itself, which is insane. And you want to know why that's insane? Because every family has something that's unique to the family. That's called the family name. And that's what's supposed to be upheld. That's what's supposed to be represented. I, even as a father, the head of my household, I have even told my sons, that if you ever saw me get out of line in a way that was threatening to the household, to the family, that y'all know what to do. You don't get held up, oh, that's dad. No. Because I myself am not above the family. There's a structure here. There's an order here. And I am full submission to that order. So that's what needs to be upheld, is the family. So for right now, for the time being, we're going to make sure that our foundation stays legitimate. Our foundation is rooted in good ground, and our foundation is based on the advocation. I hope that's a word. It's based on advocating for families. Because like I said, it's under attack. So in this series right here, we'll go through a few things, try to make it very quick-witted, and hopefully everybody gets along with it and understands. Hypocrisy. We have spoken before about being child-free and how there's some women, especially black women, who feel that being child-free stems from the fact that they were forced into reproduction during the time of slavery. So even though none of the women today are from that time of being enslaved, just based off of that inhumane breeding and being forced into reproduction, that is how it is that they say, well, you know what? We choose to be child-free. Well, we've already addressed that before, but just keep in the fact that if a woman is forced against her will to reproduce, an enslaved woman is forced against her will to reproduce, well, who is she forced to reproduce with? Obviously, she's forced to reproduce with a man, and that man is being forced against his will as well, right? So this was a joint community being torn apart. So it's sickening to see that same community and the same members of the community, their descendants, intentionally set up things to tear them apart and think they're actually doing something that's good or noble. You're doing something that's idiotic. The 4B movement is dumb because it's not a movement. It's a bowel movement at the most. But the 4B movement is so stupid because any group of people would tell you that you need to have children to carry on. Even a dictatorship will reward people of their land for having children. Because how else is your reign? How else is your notion? How else would your movement continue? Your movement would die out with all you old witches. So that's stupid as hell. Ain't no movement. You go die out. You can only continue on in life if you have children, dum-dum. So if your goal is to not have children, you're going to die out. And everybody who thinks like you is going to die out. Your daughter is not going to think like you because you don't have one. This is, hypocrisy is always funny to me.